Hello. Today we have a review of Lesson 4, Part 1, the first 100 questions. A reminder for you, in this lesson we study these four patterns. They're identical in the feelings. He should go, he better go, he had better go, and he ought to go. All of them have a present tense. Only this one has a past tense, which we'll learn in a later lesson. So we'll only be using the present here. There's no question here. There's no question here. And there's only a question here when you ask who ought to go. Ought he to go is never used. With who, you can use who ought to meet him. But who did he ought to meet is no good. Who ought to meet her, who ought to take the bus is okay when it's the subject, who as the subject. The negative is he should not, he better not, he had better not, he ought not to. He ought not to is not used that much really. But these three have negatives. So please either repeat or answer. Once again, remember that the questions are more difficult to master, a more difficult skill. So if you repeat the question, it's also good so that you get used to hearing yourself and get accustomed to making questions. So let's start. There's ample time to either repeat or answer the question. Can you meet her? Shouldn't they leave now? Where would you like to live? What has he done? Hasn't she been working? Have they read it? Has she got to do it? Has she done it? Who should you tell? He better come tonight. Couldn't they believe you? What could she play? Haven't you got to remember that? She better come back. They ought to teach her. Who couldn't come back? Who has got to practice? They had better give it to her. Where would they like to go to play? When can't you phone her? He better shut up. Where has he been? Has he got to be there? They ought to be here. Who should he stay with? They had better wait. What can you change? Who couldn't pay? Shouldn't he cut his hair? Where would they like to sleep tonight? Where should he take her? When can he finish it? Hasn't he got to finish it? Who has gone there? Could he drive there? Can't she sing well? Who can sing the best? When have they got to return it? They ought to sit down. Where have they got to stand? Who couldn't stay there? She had better take it. Who ought to take it? Couldn't he give it to you? Has he got to get it? Has she got it? Where have you been drinking beer? Who should buy it? Who should he take there? Who have you met there? Can't you push it? Couldn't you pull that? Shouldn't they teach them that? What would they like to drink? What would you like to eat there? Can't she lend you money? When has she got to move? What have they been taking? Have they taken it? Who have you given it to? When should they wake up? Hasn't she been working? Who have they called? Can't you swim? Who can't swim? Where have they gone to? Hasn't he got to follow her? Has she made a mistake? When has he been going to see her? Who would you like to dance with? Has he been singing? What can he sing the best? Where should they rest? How would you like to pay for it? Hasn't she been teasing him? Have you thought about it? She better give it back. He had better not take it. When have they been getting up in the morning? Hasn't she got to prepare it? What should they review? Hasn't he got to play outside? Shouldn't he wear shoes outside? Who ought to apologize? Should they put it down? Who has got to clean it? Where should they begin? Can't you travel next week? Who should help them? Where would they like to get together? When can she drop by tonight? What has he been hiding? He better show it to him. When can I stop by there? Who got it for her? Who has got to get it for her? When could he do it? When have they been meeting? Can't you shut it? He better mention it to her. Thank you.